Last week showed a rather contradictory dynamic of growth of major cryptocurrencies, but the experts are still optimistic about the overall positive market dynamics. Today, again, we're going to discuss how the crypto world lived and what happened with it over the last week. So buckle up, we're about to get going. Hey guys, Shad here with another review of the latest crypto news, but before we dive in, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell if you find this content useful and to stay up to date with all things crypto news. Bitcoin showed quite contradictory dynamics last week. On Sunday, Bitcoin fell by about 20%, but it managed to return to price positions on Monday and even reach 40k. Unfortunately, by the end of the week, Bitcoin was already back down to 34k again. One of the main blows to the exchange rate of Bitcoin last week was made by the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde. In her latest interview at the Reuters Next conference, she called for global regulation of Bitcoin. I quote, "Bitcoin is a highly speculative asset which has conducted some funny business and some interesting and totally reprehensible money laundering activity." End quote. In general, we can say that Bitcoin is just waiting for something big to happen given the behavior of major financial assets. Major US stock indexes recorded a decline in the range of 1.1 to 1.5%, while the US dollar index, on the contrary, rose to new heights. The main factor that drove the growth of Bitcoin and the fall of the dollar throughout 2020, namely the statements about monetary stimulation of the economy, or more simply, the possible launch of the Federal Reserve's dollar printing machine. Just to recap that, on Friday, January the 15th, the newly elected US President Joe Biden officially announced the launch of a new $1.9 trillion package of economic measures to stimulate the US economy. Of course, this factor will have a positive impact on the Bitcoin price dynamics in the long term. If you look at the Bitcoin chart, you can see a certain price consolidation in the shape of a converging triangle. If the price goes beyond one of the sides of this said triangle, then this factor will be decisive for further price correction. It'll really give us an indicator. What we need to expect next is whether Bitcoin surpasses the 40k price tag, a very psychological level. Okay, our old fellow Bitcoin behaved very whimsy last week, but what about the second largest crypto by capitalization? How's little brother? How's Ethereum doing? Last week, the research firm Glassnode reported on the growing demand for Ethereum. The number of wallets with non-zero Ethereum balance has reached a record high of 52 million. Also, according to Sentiment Portal, the number of Ethereum addresses with more than 10,000 coins on them has grown by almost 5% in the last 2 weeks. In general, the Ethereum price rate turned out to be more stable than that of Bitcoin. Ethereum managed to return Monday's losses almost completely. Ethereum's significant support levels are at 1130 and 1180. We assume that the steady fixation of the Ethereum price above the 1250 level will open the way for the asset to further strengthen to the $1,400 mark. The dynamics of Ethereum in relation to Bitcoin can indicate a possible start of the altcoin season. If you look for the 4-hour chart of ETH Bitcoin, you can see that the price is consolidating in the area of the upper border of the sideways range, a breakdown of which will cause an increase in altcoins price in relation to Bitcoin. For Ripple, good old XRP, the past week has been yet another setback. The Polkadot smart contract protocol token surpassed XRP and is currently on the 4th place in the capitalization rating. According to CoinMarketCap, the capitalization of DOT is currently at $15.8 billion and XRP at only 12.7. The price of the DOT token has increased by more than 50% in just the last 7 days. Prior to the price rise on December 23rd, the Polkadot token had a market cap of just under $4.5 billion and an average price of $4.7, according to the data. However, from that moment and up until January 3rd, the token soared by more than 100% and closed at $10.35. XRP will of course have to try and regain its position as the third cryptocurrency in terms of capitalization, but the endless litigation and outflow of investors complicate matters just a little bit. As for the price dynamics of XRP, the situation has not really changed much, to be honest. As we mentioned in our previous view last week, the price of the asset continues to move in the range of 26 to 37 cents. It's not doing too much. But the Ripple news doesn't end there. Former company's employee, programmer Stephen Thomas forgot the password to his wallet with 7,000 Bitcoin. Approximately, it equals $270 million. He's already used 8 out of 10 password attempts, and after the 10th Bitcoin wallet will encrypt the contents of the files forever. Let's hope that Stefan will figure out his password. Iran's witch hunt for mining farms. The local media outlet Tasmin News Agency reports that the Iranian authorities have confiscated 45,000 powerful ASIC mining machines in the previous week. According to the head of state-owned electricity supplier Tavernier, the machines allegedly consumed 95 megawatts of electricity per hour at a reduced price due to illegally obtained subsidies. A possible reason for the mining farms hunt was the recent power blackouts in large cities, which were partially related to crypto mining. It triggered officials to demand a temporary halt to all Bitcoin mining until further notice. Still, Ziar Sadar, a famous cryptocurrency researcher, told the Washington Post on Sunday, and I quote, "Miners had nothing to do with it." He also claims that they only made up a very small percentage of the overall electricity capacity in the country. The Iranian authorities turned off more than 1,620 mining farms at the beginning of the month. Formally, it was done to protect their security's energy security, but perhaps there are other reasons as well. Overall, the closure of a large number of farms has already affected the cryptocurrency and the mining of cryptocurrencies. According to Business Insider, New York-based cybersecurity startup Red Balloon Security is inviting all applicants for the new position to hack a hard drive with Bitcoins. For everyone who wants to try their hand, the company sends a set of adapter, instructions, and a box of nerds. 0.1337 Satoshi of Bitcoin, about $4,845, is locked on the hard drive. The amount was chosen for a reason. In hacker slang, elite, i.e. 1337, means elite. The applicant only has a week to access the wallet. In addition, the hacking instructions clearly indicate that the same wallet will be hacked by all applicants, and only the first who succeeds will become the winner. If everything goes as planned, the money received from the hack can then be sent on a ticket to get yourself to New York to pass the second stage of the job interview. Former director of the National Economic and former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers assures traders that Bitcoin will not crash, and its only price will only continue to rise this year. According to Summers, the main reason for the continued growth of Bitcoin will be increased demand with the limited supply. Of course, Lawrence Summers works as a senior advisor at Digital Currency Group. With its participation, the company has invested in projects such as BitGo, CoinDesk, Coinbase, Abra, and even Ripple. He is not the only expert predicting the promising future of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, recently announced on MMC Crypto that investing in Bitcoin will be more profitable than investing in Apple or Facebook. MicroStrategy is one of the largest Bitcoin holders on the market with over 70,000 Bitcoin, which equals today more than $2.5 billion. Bitcoin mining can contribute to climate change. Jack Board, a journalist of Channel News Asia, in his investigation analyzed the detrimental impact of mining farms on the climate. Zmine has become the subject of the investigation. The company's farms are based a little outside of Bangkok, where 11,000 graphic cards work day and night in a huge area of 16,000 square meters. Monthly energy bills can reach as much as $130,000 to $230,000. Global cryptocurrency mining analysts have estimated that a single transaction uses an amount of electricity that could power an American household for 1 month or allow a user to watch YouTube for 5.5 years. One Bitcoin transaction requires the same amount of electricity as more than 650,000 Visa transactions. Such a huge amount of energy cannot appear out of thin air. In Thailand, as in most of Southeast Asia, the vast majority of electricity is generated from dirty sources such as coal power and natural gas. A faster transition to clean renewable energy sources will naturally reduce the impact of cryptocurrency mining. However, currently, it can become a new phenomenon and an object of hatred for various nature and climate protection organizations. According to Jack Board, everyone in the mining chain is more focused on making a profit here and now, rather than considering a long-term impact on nature. Of course, the development of the industry is associated with many risks, and miners do not take responsibility for investing in green energy sources. At the same time, the governments of these developing countries also don't want to take the responsibility for nature and complain about the lack of funds to modernize the electricity infrastructure and the production within the supply system of the country. This past week was tough for many cryptocurrencies. Ripple, still suffering from endless lawsuits and starts to lose its position on the crypto market. Polkadot has already replaced Ripple and is well on its way to becoming solidified as the third crypto by total market cap. Plus, cryptocurrency mining is becoming more visible for everyone, starting from energy blackouts in Iran, and finishing with serious climate impact in Thailand. The market seems to be in a confusion, and experts are struggling to explain the reasons for the current situation. Well, at least Ripple is in the spotlight. Do you think XRP will return to the top 3 or not and make a comeback? Share your opinion in the comments below. That's all for now, but don't worry, EXMO Crypto News will be back in just a week. If you like this, please consider subscribing to our channel and you'll be the first to know about all the latest crypto news on the crypto market. My name's Shad, and thank you for watching.